Okay, so we learned how to divide using partial quotients in class, but this is just a quick reteach if you need to see some more examples or you want to review it before you do your homework tonight. All right, we're going to use partial quotients to solve this division problem. Remember, partial meaning part of, quotient, the answer to our division problem. So each step is going to give us part of the answer to our division problem. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this in a way that's easier for me to solve. So 986 divided by 26. I want to multiply my divisor, in this case it's 26, by a nice round number like 10, 20, or 30. I happen to know that 26 times 2 is 52. So 26 times 20 would be 520. 26 times 2 is 52. Bring your 0 over. Now I'm going to subtract that 520 from my original dividend of 986. 6, 6, 4. I can't do 26 times 20 again because I know the product of that is 520, and 520 is bigger than 466. So I'm going to go ahead and try another nice round number and try 26 times 10, which equals 260. I can subtract that from my 466. Now I have 206. I can't do 26 times 10 again because 260 is bigger than 206. So I need to pick a number smaller than 10 that's less than 206. Let me go over to the side and try 26 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. 156 is smaller than 206, so I'm going to write 26 times 6 over here and subtract the 156. Now I can't do 0 minus 5, so I have to borrow. 10 minus 5 is 5. I have to keep going because when I subtracted, 50 is larger than my divisor of 26, so I know I can divide in more times. Let's try 26 times 1. Subtract that 26. When I subtract, I get 24. 24 is less than my divisor of 26, so I know I now have my remainder. To get the whole number of my quotient, I'm going to add up all those factors that I multiplied by my divisor. 20 plus 10 is 30, plus 6 is 36, plus 1 more is 37. I know my quotient needs to start in my tens place, so my answer is 37, remainder 24. If I wanted to check my problem, I could do my whole number of my quotient, which is 37, times my divisor, 26, and add 24 to that product, and I would see that I'm correct. 37, remainder 24 is my answer, and I used partial quotients to get it. Let's look at the exact same problem another way, because there's multiple different approaches to get the correct quotient. Let's rewrite 986 divided by 26 again. But this time, let's say I had started with 30. 26 times 30. Well, 26 times 3 is 78. So 26 times 3 is 78. And I bring over my 0. I could start with 30 instead of 20 and subtract 780 here. I would get 206. Now I would need to find another multiple multiplied by 26 that would get me close to 206 without going over. Let's say I tried 26 times 5. 6 times 5 is 30. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 3 is 13. That's less than the 206, so I could write it over here and subtract 130. 76. Now, I know 26 times 3 is 78 because I already did that over here. That's why it's good to not erase your work sometimes so you can work smarter, not harder. So I know I'm going to have to go 26 times 2. Let's see what that is. 6 times 2 is 12. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. That's 52. Subtract 52. 24. I know I can stop there because 24 is smaller than my divisor of 26. So that's going to be my remainder. Remainder 24. Again, I'm adding up what I multiplied my divisor by. 30 plus 5 is 35, plus 2 is 37. My quotient is 37, remainder 24. I got the same quotient as when I did it before, but I used different multiples. You can use different multiples and they will still add up to be the same thing. Let's see another example. Now I have 478 divided by 16. Well, if I did 16 times 10, that's only 160, and I'm going to be subtracting a lot. So let's see what 16 times 3 is. That would be 48. If I did the 0, oh, I'm too big. 480 is bigger than 478. So let me try 16 times 2. 6 times 2 is 12. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So if I did 16 times 20, 16 times 2 was 32. Add that 0. That would be 320, and that's smaller than 478, so I can use it. Okay, now I know 16 times 10 is going to be too big to do next because that would be 160. That's bigger than 158. But it's really close, so let me see what 16 times 9 is. One more example for your viewing pleasure. 418 divided by 22. Hopefully at this point you're starting to catch on to how this partial quotients works. Let's see what 22 times 2 is to see if I could do it times 20. 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 2 is 4. That would be 440. Too big. Better stick to 22 times 10. 22 times 10 equals 220. So minus 220. 198. Now, I can't do 22 times 10 again because I know that's too big. Let's see what 22 times 9 is. 198. Right on the money. 22 times 9 equals 198. Subtract 198. I don't have a remainder in this problem, so I just need to add up those factors. 10 plus 9 is 19. Starting in the tens place to write my quotient because 22 doesn't divide into 4, but it does divide into 41. 19 is my quotient here. I hope this helped review partial quotients for you. It lets you see how we can break down the problem into different ways, what we should be adding to get our quotient, and where we get our remainder. If you need to watch it again, go ahead and do it. If not, start your homework. Good luck.